what pushed me into sex work was the fact that I feel like for so long I went against the grain to not be like considered the stereotypical trans girl who was in sex work. Yeah. To still be sexualized everywhere that I went for being trans.
Okay, gotcha.
So it clicked to me. It was like, okay, well, they still see you as this, monetize it, charge them for everything.
Period.
I got my first sugar daddy working in Atlantic Station. And that's when it really clicked for me.
You got your first what?
In Atlantic Station.
My first sugar daddy, I used to work at dealers in Atlantic Station. And I got my first sugar daddy working in there. In 2020, I met this guy January 2020, before the pandemic. We went out on a few dates. My birthday was coming up in February. He flew me to New York, took me on a shopping spree.
Okay.
Got me a $30,000 watch. All within knowing him in a month. And I'm like, well, what the hell have I been doing my whole life? Going to work and working for fucking $50,000 a year. And I just got a watch for $30,000 off just like that.
Period.
So like, that's kind of what like the light bulb went off.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic happened. So like he and I, like he was older. Plus I was outside during the pandemic. I didn't really care about, I was outside.
It was outside.
It was all outside.
And with him being old, he kind of was like, he didn't want me to expose him. Because like, you know, like I'm already outside. We still didn't really understand the virus.
Yeah.
So he just didn't want me.
He said, you too outside, man.
Yeah. That's literally what he said. It was like, you know, you're just too outside for me. We're going to have to pump the brakes a little bit.
Oh, wow.
I was like, all right, fine. Like,
that's fair.
Okay. So we had this question. So with, what's it called? What's the website? OnlyFans. Can people record you on there and like expose you?
Oh, and screen record.
Well, you can screen record on OnlyFans, but there is a feature where that blocks screen recording on there.
Got you.
We about to start an OnlyFans.
No, we're not.
We was wondering.
No, we're not.
OnlyFans, like honestly, OnlyFans changed my life.
Gotcha.
I'll say OnlyFans definitely changed my life.
She said, all I do is I'm a bad bitch.
I don't have to work. I live a great life. I don't work.
I want to change my life. I'm going to start by applying that.
But OnlyFans is so strict. OnlyFans stay in your pockets. Oh, they want their money.
They want their cut.
What's that cut they want?
So they take 20% of everything.
Damn.
Even if someone sends you a tip, they want their 20% out of your tip.
Damn.
And even now, they've updated their policies so much. Like, when I first got on OnlyFans, I met this guy. I'm not going to say what he does and who he is, but I met this guy, sent him my number. Found out he was a multimillionaire, CEO of some big company.
Diddy.
I've had some Diddy experiences. I've had some Diddy party experiences, but not with this guy. But that's what about the Diddy party experience, Aubrey. But not this guy. Like I met him on OnlyFans.
Started swinging.
He had tipped me like $1,000, and I'm like, well, who the hell is this? I need to find out who this is. So I messaged him. We started texting. I Googled his number. Well, I used what we use, like, to find out who we're talking to.
Yeah.
And then I Googled who he was, and I was like, there's no fucking way this is who this is. And I asked him to FaceTime, and we FaceTime, and it was actually the person that I Googled, and I gagged. And he
must be famous person.
He was in Italy, and he was like, I had said to, I always wanted to visit Italy. He was like, okay, well, come this weekend.
I know.
And I was like, okay, I was in New York, and he told me to look up the flights, and he take care of everything. And he told me a specific airline and look up first class Emirates. I looked it up and I was like, sir, this flight is $15,000. Who paying $15,000 to fly to Milan?
How long?
And he was like, well, okay, send me your bank information. I'll wire you the money. I hadn't even known this guy 24 hours. The next day, he had wired me $40,000.
That's crazy. You could have not even had went and would have had 40 racks.
And where you?
But that's girls do that. Girls run off on the plug and they fuck themselves up because it's like, if you send me 40,000, we ain't even met. Why would I run off? Because I'm about to go and put another zero on that 40.
So you weren't afraid to fly out there because now it seems like, yo, I did this. I got you out here. You're doing anything I want you to do. And you're kind of like, I am doing anything. I
mean,
I heard that. Look,
so at that point, I had kind of like, I was still new in the sex.
Ain't that the point?
Yeah.
I was still new into like escorting and sex work.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I didn't really know the ropes, but I knew enough. It was like, child, whatever you want to do. It's like, it can't be it can't be nothing I ain't never did before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, I traveled before. I wasn't afraid to fly alone.
Mm-hmm.
The references checked out. Like, he sent me $40,000.
Right.
Like, this is 60-year-old man. What could he possibly do to me?
Facts. I feel that.
Okay.
60. I was white.
We're going to get the tea behind the
Right.
camera.
He was in Italy
I'll tell y'all off camera.
2021.
I'll tell y'all off camera.
So what's the Diddy party story? Give us the Diddy.
Well, no, I've never been to a Diddy party.
Oh, okay, I'm about to
but
say,
I've been to
say.
parties that were
Similar.
similar.
The Freakoffs.
And a lot of
I've been to
people was,
Freakoffs.
a lot of people were saying like this, like rich people, like
They
this
do
not
this. It's so,
uncommon.
like, and I had a thought the other day. It's like, damn, am I that desensitized from like reality and morality that it's like I don't see this as a big deal?
See, I
Like,
think
ours
I've
doing
seen that
drugs,
on
being
love
drugged
too.
and raped against your
Yeah.
consent. That's
Right.
definitely wrong. But
A
everything
freak
I've
off.
been to was consensual, and
Yeah.
everybody did the drugs they wanted to do.
Right.
But
so. What type of things is going on behind these rich doors that we regular folks might not know?
I know a
Us middle
guy.
class.
I know a man in New York right now. He spends easily $20,000 a day on prostitutes,
What is he doing for that month? I mean, like,
and
We like
not to mention, he's spending $20,000 a day on prostitutes and doing this maybe 5 days a week.
so he's not fucking all day, is he?
No, he's like, what can I say without saying
Getting
too much?
massages and getting
No,
like,
so it's kind of a BDSM experience.
Okay.
It's multiple girls at one time, trans girls, cis girls.
wow.
Nuts.
I
She
ain't
wanna
seen
get
no-
lost.
Say
I ain't
yes,
seen no saying it.
Give me some Aubrey.
But like, how I know he's spending $20,000 a day because what I'm getting paid, and there's multiple other girls there, and some of the girls have been working with him for multiple years. I know they're getting paid more than me, and not to mention when I get off, a whole other group of girls come.
Whole lot of gay shit. Whole lot of gay. I like that.
Boss Britt. We certified. And DJ eXeL.